BikeBlogger here. I have some knocking noise coming from my bicycle, the Motobecane Cafe bicycle. So we're going to remove the crank. First step, remove the crank arms. We'll start on the right side. All you got to do is simply turn counterclockwise. So let's do that. There we go. We loosened this end already. Take this off. Make sure we don't lose anything. Set that down there. And let's remove the bolt from the other side. You can use the crank arm as leverage against itself here. There we go. Get that bolt out. All right, we have the Allen bolts off of the crank arms now. So I'm going to use my crank puller tool here. It has a threaded nut here. And we're going to just thread that onto the crank. So I'm just going to take it off of this lever thing here right now. Bring it over here. There it goes. And we'll just screw it on here on the right side. We'll start on the drive side, the side with the chain. It's on there pretty tight. And it might be easier if you remove the pedals first, but let's just go ahead and put this lever on here. Screw it all the way down on here. And then we just keep going, keep turning. It'll get harder and harder, and then it'll get easier to turn eventually. It's a little hard to get leverage here. Got it, I think, or at least it's getting easier, I think. Just keep turning. Eventually this will break free. There we go. So now the whole thing's gonna fall off here on me. So I'm just gonna wiggle it really easily and it will come off here. Ooh, okay, there it goes. And just get the chain off there. Okay, so we got the crank arm off on the right side, so we'll just back it out going counterclockwise. Again, a little difficult with the pedals still attached to here, but that's okay. Try not to drop this. Backing it out, backing it out. There it goes. Let's get this nut out. We're going to set down our... Yep, I dropped it. Set down the spider arm thing, the crank arm. We're going to do the non-drive side now. That's the left side. So we'll just do the same thing. Screw it in here. Be careful not to damage any of the threads when you do this. Just go back and forth till you feel like you got it in there pretty good, and it's, you know, catching. Go, just keep screwing it in clockwise. Let's put in this lever arm thing here. Just like we did on the other side, we're going to do clockwise. And we'll just keep going, keep turning clockwise. There we go. All right, it's getting a little easier, I think. And now it's real easy, and I should be able to just wiggle the crank arm off. Now, to make this whole process easier, I would recommend, removing the pedals first, probably taking the wheels off of the bicycle first if you're doing it in a bike rack like this. It'll just make it a little easier. Try not to Drop this again. So we're just backing it out counterclockwise. Just get this nut off. So we're now done removing the crank arms from the bicycle. So this is the left crank arm. So now we got to remove the bottom bracket. Okay, so to remove the bottom bracket, I use this bottom bracket tool. This is the BBT-22 Park tool. There's a lot of there's a Shimano version of this, and you can get other off brands. But basically, it has, I think, 22 notches here for this 22 notch square taper. I think it's a JIS taper bottom bracket. Anyway, so it just lines into these notches. We'll start on the non-drive side, the side that does not have the chain, and we'll just line it up here, get a wrench on it, and we'll turn it counterclockwise to the left here. So let's go ahead and do that. Oh wow, look at that. That was really, really easy. That was not in there at all very very tough at all. So I think this could be why my bike was making such a loud knocking noise, is this bottom bracket was loose. So I'm going to remove the bottom bracket, and we'll grease it up and everything. We're going to reinstall it to the proper torque and everything. But let's just go ahead and continue removing this. We can just do it with finger strength. It almost took no strength at all to remove this. So let's just go ahead and counterclockwise. We're going to remove this bottom bracket. It should be a sealed cartridge type bottom bracket, but this side over here is just the cup. It's the placeholder on the bottom bracket. The main assembly, the rest of it's actually on the drive side. So we got this cup, you can drink out of it, off of the non-drive side. So now what we're going to do is we're going to move to the drive side, and we'll use the same tools. This is like a 1-inch wrench, whatever fits these notches. You can also use a socket wrench. So just stick it in the notches here, and on the drive side, we're done with the non-drive side. On the drive side with the chain, we turn it clockwise. It's the opposite direction when looking at it from this way. So we're turning it clockwise now, and it can be a little difficult trying to hold this while you're turning it. And sort of get some leverage here. See, I got leverage on the chainstay here with my fingers. I can try and maybe, oh wow, that was really, oh my gosh, so that was really easy as well. So this thing was really loose. This whole bottom bracket was very loose. I mean, it took almost no strength at all to remove it. So set some stuff down here. So let's go ahead and remove it finger strength. Again, clockwise on this side. Let's just keep going here. Clockwise. All right, should come out now. And there it is. This is a sealed cartridge. My hands are messy. Bottom bracket. It's the VP BC-73. I think that's what it did list online, so it is correct. It's a the threading type is 1.37 inch by 27T, or 24T, I'm sorry. So it's 1.37 inch by 24T, which is typical English threaded, for English threaded bicycle frame. And it's got, looks like it's a 68 by it's a little hard to read, 118 it looks like. So you got the shell width, the 68 millimeters, and the spindle length here, which is 118 looks like. So the bottom bracket, it's sealed, so I can't really get at the bearings without taking off some things, and I'm not going to do that now. But so we'll just grease it up, and we're going to put it back in the right way with the right torque and the, you know, some grease. Looks like it did have some grease on it. It just was loose. Loose. So we'll go ahead and do that, and thanks for watching. Part 2 coming up.